Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Wrestling Rundown presents a brand new episode of Indie News with your hosts, Travis Confused Colt and Perplexed Kevin Huck.
What does perplexed mean?
Confused.
Oh.
Also.
Oh.
Oh, it was playlist.
Oh. Oh, God. Playlist. Jesus Christ.
Sometimes we forget the playlist is alive, and he talks. It's been so long, though, like probably 30 some odd episodes.
Yeah, something like that.
Since he
Jeez.
said anything. Yeah, Indie News. That's what this is.
Yeah.
Playlist. Just said it.
Yeah.
So we're going to get right on into it with some results. We've got the Evolve 3-day weekend, the Tag Team Championship Tournament, which you could have seen, if you were there, you would have seen the American Alpha was there.
Yes.
William Regal was there.
Yeah, what did they end up doing? I know American Alpha was doing...
autographing.
Yeah,
I think Regal came in during an in-between segment and cut some sort of a promo. I didn't really get any details on that. And then also, photos were emerged of Triple H backstage with Evolve head honcho Gabe Sapolsky.
Oh.
Triple H peeking through the curtain. He was holding the curtain open and watching one of the matches that was going on.
Oh, alright. Yeah, I definitely thought there was going to be some talent scouting.
Oh, absolutely.
Going on there with Regal, and I mean even with American Alpha there. I figure they're going to be.
And I mean you got to think Gargano, who's the current guy who's been on NXT a lot, is in Evolve. This weekend actually Ciampa made his debut for Evolve.
Former WWE star Drew Galloway was there.
Trent Beretta.
Wow, yeah. Yeah, there's a ton of people.
And Matt Riddle, who WWE sent to Evolve.
That's right, okay.
Alright,
Well,
so
tell us what happened.
We opened up Evolve 53, which was in Eber City, Florida, with the Evolve champion Timothy Thatcher saying that he was going to have to pull out of the tournament.
Oh.
He was Zack Sabre Jr.'s tag team partner. He had to pull out of the tournament because of a staph infection, and his replacement would be Sami Callihan.
What? So you have Sami Callihan and Zack Sabre Jr.?
Yeah.
That's a hell of a team. Who let the dogs out?
Playlist?
Can you please? Alright, keep going.
Yeah. Alright, so first match of the Tag Team Championship Tournament. We had the Bravado Brothers, Harlem and Lancelot Bravado, advance over Caleb Conley and Cody Nese, the Premier Athlete brand.
Right.
Then we had in a non-tournament match, we had Jason K defeat Joe Coleman. We had the first of the matches in the round robin that were also going on.
Oh yeah, there's two tournaments going on.
Matt Riddle defeated Peter Casa.
All right.
We then had PJ Black defeat Ethan Page.
Wow.
Ethan Page actually had initially won the match, but forced the referee to restart the match after he noticed that PJ Black's foot was underneath the rope when he pinned him. And then within seconds of restarting the match, PJ Black beat him with the backslide.
Was it like an ego thing, or was it just like...
His
like,
name
hey,
is...
I want to beat him fair.
His name is All Ego Ethan Page, so...
Alright, that makes sense.
You never know. Then we had RPG Vice, Roppongi Vice. They defeated Team Tremendous using a low blow.
What?
Yeah, well, you know those guys. And then we had another match for that round robin tournament where Hot Sauce Tracy Williams defeated Fred Yehi. And the two final matches of the first round of the tag title tournament, the team Heroes Eventually Die, or something of that nature, Chris Hero and Tommy End would defeat Zack Sabre Jr. and Sami Callihan.
Oh, wow.
And then we had an announcement right before the main event, which was slated to be Catchpoint, Drew Gulak and TJ Perkins versus Johnny Gargano and Drew Galloway, and that Johnny Gargano hadn't arrived at the building yet because he was actually at the NXT live event that was going on.
Oh, wow.
Wrestling for NXT.
Okay.
So Ethan Page came out and said, hey, Galloway, let me be your partner, and we'll advance in this round, and then tomorrow Gargano can have the spot back.
Okay.
Galloway says, no, I've seen who you are and the way you work. I'll go it alone.
Wow.
So we have Galloway against Drew Gulak and TJ Perkins. And about halfway through the match, Johnny Gargano shows up. Pulls up to the building in gear, coming doubleheader, coming straight from the NXT show to Evolve. And they end up taking the match from Catchpoint and advancing to the second round of the
They evolved to the second round.
Well, they evolved into Gargalloway.
Gargalloway. That's awesome.
Yeah,
that's such a cool addition to the show.
Well, and it's awesome, too, to see, like, Johnny Gargano pulling double duty.
Yeah.
Like, he wrestled at the NXT show and then left immediately after he wrestled to make it to the main event of the Evolve show.
That's awesome. Good for you, Johnny Gargano.
Then we had Evolve 54 Saturday, the 23rd. That was in Orlando. Also, home place of where the Royal Rumble is taking place this weekend. And we had the second chance tournament for the tag team people.
These are all the losers.
The people who lost in the first round.
For those of you that were confused last week, here we go.
The losers of the first round, we had Team Tremendous defeat the Premier Athlete brand.
Okay.
So they're going to move on to the Four Corners match on night 3.
Okay.
And then we had Team Catchpoint defeat Zack Sabre Jr. and Sami Callihan to move on to the 4-way match on night 3.
Okay, and so the 4-way is going to be the 2 losers that lose in the semifinals facing those 2 losers
Who just won.
Okay. Got it.
The losers who just won will face the losers who are about to lose.
And did we find out that this is for #1 contendership? Or
still haven't found that out.
Okay. Well, maybe we'll know some other time.
Then we had 2 more matches in the round robin tournament. This was Matt Riddle defeating Fred Yehi, making Riddle 2-0 and Fred 0-2. And then we had Hot Sauce Tracy Williams defeat Peter Casa, making Hot Sauce 2-0 and Peter 0-2, which meant that there were absolutely no chance that the 2 of them could advance any farther in the tournament. So we know that there's only 1 match left in the tournament for night 3, and that's going to be Matt Riddle versus Hot Sauce Tracy Williams.
Alright.
We had Tommaso Ciampa make his Evolve debut by defeating Ethan Page.
Nice.
And then in the 2 semifinals matches of the Tag Team Championship Tournament, Drew Galloway and Johnny Gargano defeated the Bravado Brothers, and Chris Hero and Tommy End defeated Roppongi Vice.
That's a fantastic finale.
Yes.
Those are great teams.
And then on Sunday, the 24th,
Sunday.
the day we're recording this,
Yes.
we had the finale of the whole weekend, once again in Orlando, Florida, keeping close to NXT, keeping close to the Royal Rumble. We had Tony Nese defeat Ethan Page, Fred Yehi, and Jason Cade in a 4-way match. We had Caleb Conley of the Premier Athlete brand defeat Tommaso Ciampa. So they lost both nights in the tag team tournament and second chance tournament, but Nese and Conley won respective singles matches.
Alright.
On night 3. We had Matt Riddle defeat Hot Sauce Tracy Williams to win that round robin tournament, 3-0. Later, he challenges Timothy Thatcher to a championship match in New York, I think in March. Timothy Thatcher accepts.
Nice.
Sami Callihan would defeat Zack Sabre Jr. Team Tremendous would defeat Catchpoint, Roppongi Vice, and the Bravado Brothers in the second chance 4-way dance.
I like the sound of that.
And in the main event, Chris Hero and Tommy End would be defeated.
Oh!
And your new first ever Evolve Tag Team Champions are Johnny Gargano and Drew Galloway.
That's a hell of a team. I like that team a lot.
Gargalloway.
Gargalloway. That's fucking cool.
Or
Galgano?
Galgano?
Isn't she playing Wonder Woman?
Something like that.
Yeah. Alright, well.
And we know that you are going to give us some advancements in the tournament your own.
Yes, we only had 1 tournament match this week. There's only 4 first round. But our very first match of Ring of Honor, by the way, if you don't want spoilers, click to the time at the bottom of your screen because you want to watch ROH on comment. That's the one. So if you haven't clicked at the time,
Not on
it's your
top.
fault. It's your fault. Here we
No,
go.
I'm popped.
So we opened up with Brian Fury taking on Saheem Ali. This was a fantastic match. Shaheem Ali, my bad. Shaheem is like, he's almost like kind of a Monty Brown, like very high energy, very athletic, and very physical at the same time. Brian Fury just plays a really good, just down and dirty heel. He's got almost a Tommy End kind of look going on. Great match between the two. Shaheem Ali was actually so close to winning this match. He caught Brian Fury out of a slingshot plancha to the outside and hit an exploder suplex on the outside. Tossed him back in, went up to the top rope, and was about to hit some sort of top rope maneuver. But Brian Fury would grab the referee's leg, so Shaheem couldn't do anything. He gets down and he moves the referee out of the way, like, "What are you doing? Get away from him. I'm trying to jump on him here." That allows Brian Fury to get up, deliver a really stiff headbutt, and then a lifting sit-out power bomb, and Brian Fury advances in the top.
A riding bomb?
Yeah, he picked him up like underneath the arms, picked him up, and then sat out with the power bomb.
Yeah, like a riding bomb or the one D'Lo Brown did.
Yeah, that one.
Or whatever it was called.
Never figured out who Question Mark was, by the way. But he was defeated by Leon St. Giovanni. He will face Action Ortiz. We have Colby Carino taking on Punisher Martinez. And we have Leo Rush taking on Jason Kincaid in later episodes of Ring of Honor. Then we had Veda Scott and Cedric Alexander come out. Veda putting over the fact that with their settlement in their lawsuit against Ring of Honor, they can buy and sell everyone in the arena 1,000 times over. They've got plenty of money, blah, blah, blah.
Because most of those people only cost about $5.
Yeah. And Veda's like, well, last week, we gave a nobody, some guy named Jonathan Gresham a chance, and he,
Veda could have me for free. Just saying.
Especially in the dress she was wearing, or the skirt, I don't know what it is, but it looked good. She says that, we gave Jonathan Gresham a chance, and he got a fluke win, but that, we're past that. We're moving on to bigger and better things. We want real competition in Ring of Honor. We want the big boys. We want Kyle O'Reilly. We want Michael Elgin. We want Adam Cole. We want Jay Lethal. So bring someone out. Who do you have for Cedric Alexander? And we got Cheeseburger.
Hey, but let's take it. Cheeseburger just got back from doing shows at the Tokyo Dome and Korakuen Hall.
This is true. Cheeseburger didn't last very long.
Not that anybody would have.
He tried so hard. He did get a couple of really close near falls on Cedric Alexander, but he went for the palm strike. Cedric Alexander was able to dodge that, hit the lumbar check, and beat Cheeseburger. He would then beat down Cheeseburger after the match, and Jonathan Gresham would actually make the save. And Veda's like, "Oh, what? You want another match against Cedric Alexander? You want him to embarrass you this time? All right, fine, we'll do it." So we came back from commercial, and we had Jonathan Gresham versus Cedric Alexander again.
Part 2.
And Cedric Alexander could not, for the life of him, out-wrestle Jonathan Gresham.
Not many people, for the life of them, could out-wrestle Jonathan Gresham.
He could not get out of hammerlocks. He could not get out of headlocks. It didn't matter what Cedric Alexander tried to do, he could not get out of it.
Jonathan Gresham is a pint-sized wrestling machine.
He is fantastic. He ends up getting Cedric Alexander in the octopus stretch and doing the muscle pose. And this apparently incites Veda Scott. She gets in and actually hits Jonathan Gresham from behind, causing a disqualification. We get a post-match beatdown where referees are trying to pull Cedric Alexander off of Jonathan Gresham. He ends up getting hit with a lumbar check and left laying in the ring. Not a good night for Jonathan Gresham.
Hey, but at least he did the octopus stretch muscle pose.
That's true. We had Nigel McGuinness coming out to address who would be facing Jay Lethal in the main event of the 14th anniversary. That'll be February 26th in Las Vegas, Nevada. But the House of Truth wanted to come out and hear this face to face.
Well, of course.
So we got Jay Lethal, we got Truth Martini, and we have Taylor Hendricks looking unbelievably hot again.
What about Baby Jay Diesel?
No, he was not there.
You couldn't see him. He was there. The camera was open. Right over his head.
Doesn't surprise me. So they asked Nigel McGuinness, like, okay, so who is Jay Lethal going to face? And Nigel's like, you know what? I honestly want to hear who you think should be the #1 contender. Because when I think of #1 contenders, I think of Kyle O'Reilly. And Lethal's like, well, okay, that's fine. I've beaten Kyle O'Reilly before, so if you want to give me Kyle O'Reilly at the 14th anniversary, that's fine. I'll beat him and it'll be a night off for me. And he goes, well, wait a second, I wasn't finished. Because Kyle O'Reilly did lose to Adam Cole at Final Battle, which would therefore make Adam Cole the #1 contender. This brings Adam Cole out,
Baby!
and Adam Cole says, well, you know what? When it comes to title matches, you've never beaten me one-on-one when defending the championship. They've been in, four corners matches and stuff like that, but he's never beat Adam Cole one-on-one. So he's done with Kyle O'Reilly, he's moving past, and he's ready to be the ROH World Champion again. Nigel McGuinness goes, well, you didn't let me finish either, because I've already talked to Kyle O'Reilly, and he wants another shot at you, and he wants to, he wants it as soon as possible. So, Nigel McGuinness has made a triple threat match for the ROH World title at the 14th anniversary. It'll be Adam Cole,
Baby.
Kyle O'Reilly, and Jay Lethal. This brings Kyle O'Reilly out, and he goes, Nigel, that's awesome. That's great. I want that match, but I don't want to wait till Las Vegas. I want a piece of Adam Cole here in Charlotte. And so, because this is, tapings on tapings, we now have a tag team match for next week where Adam Cole will team with Jay Lethal to take on Red Dragon. That'll be next week's ROH main event. We had Silas Young tell the boys once again they have one more chance to do the right thing, come back and take advantage of all of the options that were given to them, learning to be men, because if they don't, they'll be sorry. Then we go into our main event, which is a rematch from the finals of the Best in the World. We have Michael Elgin taking on Jay Briscoe, but before they are able to start, Stokely and Moose come out. Stokely says, I heard Nigel talking about making triple threats, and I thought, why not make this a triple threat? And Nigel gave me the option to do that, so we now have Michael Elgin versus Jay Briscoe versus Moose.
Tell me Moose wins.
Couple of really great spots. We had a stalling suplex. Michael Elgin had Jay Briscoe up. Moose would kick him in the stomach. He'd drop him down, but not all the way. He'd pick him back up. Moose kicked him a couple of times, and then eventually just got fed up and actually took Jay Briscoe out of Michael Elgin's hands. So while he's got him up power slam style, Michael Elgin hits a complete shot on Moose, which makes Jay Briscoe get a power slam. Then we also had Moose was setting up Jay Briscoe for a sunset or a superplex, and we had Michael Elgin do a sunset flip from outside the ropes into causing the superplex to happen. We did eventually have Jay Briscoe pick up the win. Moose got taken out with an Elgin bomb, and Elgin went for a big clothesline. Jay Briscoe was able to duck, hit a backslide, and pick up the win. Michael Elgin would then say, you know what, in singles competition, Jay, you and I are 1-1. Elgin is one of only 2 people to pin Jay Briscoe.
Yeah, in like the last 2 years.
Yeah,
almost.
something like that. So he says, you know what, this was supposed to be the rubber match, but you know what, that's fine. You had somebody watching your back. And Mark Briscoe was at commentary and has now joined his brother in the ring. And Elgin says, you've got your brother here. He didn't help you out physically tonight, but mentally he's always been there. He's always had your back. So I say, at the 14th anniversary, you two team up with me and someone who's always had my back in Hiroshi Tanahashi. So we now have a tag team match set for the 14th anniversary, which should be fantastic. And again,
yeah, I'm a big fan of Tanahashi. Elgin and Tanahashi were teammates together with 2 other guys at the New Year Dash.
oh, there you
Night
go.
after Wrestle Kingdom.
Yeah, so we've got 2 matches set for the 14th anniversary so far. We've got a triple threat match set or the tag team match set for the main event next week, and we have 3 more matches in the first round of the Top Prospect Tournament coming up in later episodes of Ring of Honor. And that's all I got. So we're going to move on to some news stories. I'm going to stick with Ring of Honor because this past weekend on Saturday in Duluth, Georgia, we had AJ Styles say his goodbyes to Ring of Honor. he had a heartfelt speech. We had Jay Lethal come out, and I don't know exactly what him and Jay Lethal said, but eventually it led to a Bullet Club curtain call. We had Anderson, Gallows, and the Bucks all come out.
Yeah, Anderson, Gallows, and the Bucks were part of an 8-man tag main
Yes,
event.
yeah, they went against the champions of Ring of Honor. So yeah, we had a big good feel moment for
Everyone had their
they
sweets up in there.
group hug with the 2 sweets, and so yeah, now it's all a matter of where AJ Styles is going, and we'll have to wait and see.
You okay about this?
I'll have to give him a lozenge or something. But that's all I've got for news. What do you got, Hawk?
Well, I'm going to stick with the AJ Styles.
Oh.
He seems to be the man of the hour.
All right, do it.
We had the report coming from TNA and the TNA legal team
Oh yes.
saying that AJ Styles, Gallows, and Anderson have all backed out of a contract that was handshake and signed papers deal that were signed at Dixie Carter's over the holidays. Basically saying that they agreed on terms and conditions, payments, merchandise, everything for those 3 members of the Bullet Club to come bring it into TNA.
Okay.
And then we had the refute from Bill Behrens, who's the agent that basically handles all of the Bullet Club members' American dates besides the Young Bucks, I believe. But
well, the Young Bucks are like.
yeah, the Young Bucks are their own entity.
Yeah.
But Bill Behrens,
I think Nick actually does a lot of their bookings.
he is in charge of the American contracts of Gallows, Anderson, Styles, Amber Gallows, etc.
Right.
He said there was no contracts that were officially binding. There was information dealt with, and that there were contracts that were not presented in a timely manner that didn't reflect what was agreed upon. Therefore, nobody signed anything, and that AJ, Carl, and Doc all had the complete right move by stepping away from re-signing and signing with Ring of Honor, respectively.
See, I find
TNA.
I find it funny that we've had almost a month's. We've had about 3 weeks of the talks of when AJ, Doc, and Anderson are going to WWE, and now all of a sudden, Dixie Carter's like, "Oh, but I had contracts with them." That's bullshit. Why didn't you say this 3 weeks ago when there was all they're going to WWE stuff?
Yeah.
Just let TNA die. It's okay. It's okay.
Also on the same path of Anderson, Gallows, and Styles, the 4th member of the New Japan roster we talked about.
Shinsuke Nakamura.
Talking about coming over to WWE. New Japan Pro Wrestling has stripped Nakamura of their Intercontinental Championship.
Right, he was supposed to defend it against Kenny Omega at their show on the 30th, because after Kenny Omega and the Bucks kicked AJ out of the Bullet Club, Kenny Omega made the challenge to Shinsuke Nakamura for the Intercontinental title.
Yeah. So, 2 things have been confirmed. It was falsely announced. Somebody mistranslated and said that there was going to be a tournament to determine the new Intercontinental Champion. That is not the case. Kenny Omega will be facing a yet-to-be-determined opponent at a show on February 14th. And
so the stripping did happen?
Yes.
Okay.
And Shinsuke Nakamura's last match for New Japan Pro Wrestling will be the 30th of January at Corrigan Hall.
So they couldn't just let him drop the title in his last... Alright. That makes no sense to me, but I'm not a promoter, so...
That's what I got for news. Such rousing stories. What about upcoming events?
I got nothing.
Oh, shizzle.
I'll be talking about Ring of Honor again next week with more Top Prospect stuff.
Alright, then I'm going to take over.
Do it.
On Friday the 29th, we're going to have Shine 32, the Orpheum, Eber City, Florida. We know that we're going to have Barbie Hayden making her Shine debut against Renee Michelle. We had the last Shine show, Thunder Kitty having a fallout with her stable Legendary.
Right.
She's going to be going against Malia Hosaka. We're going to get Jamie Jameson versus Kimber Lee. This is coming off of the news that Cherry Bomb is now cleared to get back in the ring. So this is one half of the former tag team champions, the Kimber Bombs, Kimber Lee. She's going to have Cherry Bomb in her corner, taking on one half of the current tag team champions, Jamie Jameson, who they just won the tag team championships back at the last Shine shows when they had the finals of the tag title tournament. We also know that we're going to have Allison Kay versus Sue Young. And in the championship match, Taylor Made, the newest Shine champion, is going to be defending against the former Shine champion, Santana.
All right.
Who, by the way, I have an interesting note on her for post-camera rolling.
All right.
On the 30th, we're going to have not one, but two shows brought to you by Chikara.
Chikara! Been waiting to do that again.
Yeah, they're both from the Wrestle Factory, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. At 2 p.m., we're going to have the Days of the Phoenix. 5 matches announced already. We're going to have Arctic Rescue Ant versus the Proletariat Bora Moldova. And Jaka versus Amasis. This is a lot of people trying to get back on the bandwagon of amassing 3 points to challenge for the Grand Championship.
Right.
Now that Challenge of the Immortals is over, people are going to be more focused on solo goals as opposed to your big teams and whatnot.
So now, speaking of Challenge of the Immortals, though, Jervis and Lotus Ice Cream still have their medallions.
Yes.
All right.
We're also going to get a little bit of residual teaming from Challenge of the Immortals, because we're going to have Dasher Hatfield and Heidi Lovelace taking on Prakash Shabar and Juan Francisco de Coronado.
All right.
We're also going to have Soldier Ant versus Jakob Hammermeyer, a little fallout from the season finale, a little fallout from how Soldier Ant's feeling now that he's back and out of the BDK mind control.
Back with the colony.
And in the main event, we're going to have Team NRG defend the Campeonatos de Parejas against Hollow Wicked and Frightmare.
Oh, Hollow Wicked's pissed.
He is not in a good mood. A couple hours later, that's 7 p.m., we're going to have 5 Senses, also 5 matches announced for this show. We're going to have Mr. Touchdown, one of the best win-loss records in Chikara currently. He's going to be taking on newcomer Wani, who debuted during the Cybernetico. We're going to have the Batiri taking on the Battleborns, Missile Assault Man, and Lucas Calhoun. A little bit of residual Challenge of the Immortals teaming, because we're going to have the Snake Pit, Ophidian, Shinron, and Argus, and they're going to take on the reformed colony, Fire Ant, Silver Ant, and Worker Ant.
That's going to be a good match.
Then we're going to have more points towards championship contention decided, as Icarus will go one-on-one with Pinky Sanchez. And in the main event, Princess Kimberly will be defending the Chikara Grand Championship against the one man who finished out last season with 3 points to his name, and that is Oleg the Usurper.
That's a hell of a first title defense for Kimberly.
Yes. And this is Oleg's second attempt going for the Grand Championship.
Right, yeah, because I think last summer when
he challenged Hollow Wicked.
Yeah.
Wow. And on Sunday, the 31st, last day of the month, we're going to have Beyond Wrestling. They present The Dream Left Behind.
It's their first show out of Fet Music.
Yeah. This is going to be in Somerville, Massachusetts. Chikara had their show there last year.
Right.
We're going to have a match dubbed Flippy Shit. That's going to be Travis Air Gordon versus Shinron. We're going to have a grudge match between Matt Riddle and the Real Deal Chuck O'Neal. We're going to have AR Fox versus Hot Sauce Tracy Williams in a submission match. We're going to have a first time ever meeting between Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa versus the Hit Squad.
Ooh,
we're going to have a Clash of Styles when Chris Hero takes on Matt Tremont. We're going to have the final encounter. This is going to be an intergender tag team match, and not intergender as in one of each gender on each team. This is going to be the U.S. Death Machine, Chris Dickinson and Sami Callihan versus Kimberly and Heidi Lovelace.
Wow.
And we're also going to get a very, very technically sound match between Zack Sabre Jr. and a man in the top prospect tournament, Brian Fury.
Oh, very nice. That'll be a good one.
That's it. For indie news, don't forget to like, favorite, and subscribe.
And click all those links because there's a lot of them in this video.
There's a lot of them. We have a set of links about all the people we just got done talking about, like LukeMonoFans.com,
CZWrestling.com,
ChikaraPro.com,
ROHWrestling.com,
and lots more. And you do it. I'm getting a drink.
Below that are all of our links. Check out our Facebook, our Twitters, Tumblr, Instagram, Reddit, emails. Check out the podcast. Listen to our voices if you don't want to look at our faces. If you're listening to our voices, click the YouTube link so you can see our faces.
And all the pretty pictures we
and
put
the
up.
pictures that we post, because there's a lot of them. And yeah, thanks for all of the
Comment.
podcast love, by the way. Yeah, comment down there. Let us know, especially in this video, who are some of your favorite independent wrestling promotions. If you've got Facebooks, websites, videos, anything, post down in the comments. If there's something you want us to talk about, we will make it a point to do that.
Lastly but not leastly, check out that playlist.
Yeah, because
It's over there.
Yeah, he's hanging out
Hey,
over there.
guys.
Hey, playlist. Yeah, playlist up there has a ton of stuff this week.
This is a huge playlist video
We got
for
the
us.
we got the Raw review, the midweek wrap up, the
Royal Rumble.
yeah. I'm getting to that playlist. Jeez, the SmackDown rundown, Royal Rumble predictions, and this indie news, and then playlist.
Yeah, Royal Rumble predictions with predictions came.
Yes, predictions
been gone for a
came
while.
back. Yeah, it was me. Like Kevin Hawk wasn't here, Thomas Wolfe wasn't here. It was me and predictions came. He was wearing your armband, by the way. I don't know where he
Which
got
one?
it. The CM Punk one.
Well, I mean, he probably knows Punk. Probably got some for free.
He said it was yours though.
No, I have mine. I left it at home though. I've been trying to wear it almost on every video for like the last 2 weeks. I was so excited about this video, I forgot to bring it.
I think Kane stole it. Anyway,
Oh, that son of a bitch.
so yeah, check out that playlist. Check out those links. Comment on the video. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week for episode 85, where we'll be talking about the Royal Rumble results and the return of Lucha Underground.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Sheamus, stay the fuck out of Lucha Underground.
Yeah, Sheamus. Fuck Sheamus.